wanted to pick up this theme, and I loved when you said that globalization is a local phenomenon. It's a beautiful way to put it. It's kind of the paradox that I think we're going to talk a little bit about today. But I wanted to pick up this theme of the way sustainability speaks to very concrete, local, individual decisions, how we live, how we think about development, how we think about progress, and talk about work for just a second. The question is, how does our work, the way we support ourselves, the way our economy is driven now, need to change to address the immense threats to the world's water supply and the environment, and to pursue water as a condition of the common good that's available to all?
It seems to me that one of the key insights that shapes Pope Francis' 2015 encyclical letter Laudato Si, the care for our common home, is relationality. What we said at the beginning and what somehow already was implicit in what you ask. We are all interconnected. We are all interdependent, not only among human beings, but also with all living and non-living forms, with the whole planet. So we could say, if really this is the vision that becomes ours, how would this reflection on the fact that we are all together, that we are all related, might change the way in which we think about work? It seems to me that it could mean that together we would find ways to promote the working conditions of everyone across the planet, and that with our human ingenuity and creativity, we will find ways to remove any hindrance that will limit access to equitable work for all citizens. So we could think that this vision of all of us related will help us, again, to promote social justice in the case of work, reflecting critically on investments, on where work is offered and where work is limited, on just wage for both sexes, on ways in which in the locality we create conditions for solidarity so that there is a sharing in the opportunities for work, particularly when we need to rethink the working conditions and the types of work in places where, for example, to promote the environment, we need to change the way in which we produce and the way in which we extract resources. Think of coal, for example, and the way in which we obtain energy that is needed for domestic life, for agriculture, for industrial production, but also we help people to flourish and to have an employment that will help their flourishing. And if you think at the preferential attention to the needs of those who are left out, we can think creatively with them what we can come up with, what we can offer. If you think in the case of water, for example, relationality, it seems to me, leads Pope Francis in Laudato Si to engage in dialogue to promote common initiatives that support technological developments that can conserve water, particularly in the two main sectors where water is consumed, in the agricultural sector and in the industrial sector. And the vision, or the overall vision, again, in the case of work, I would say, is an economic ecology. So a way of producing and consuming that is, we could say, attentive to the ecosystem, but also is sustainable within the ecosystem. And again, looks at the future generations, both at the present, the current generation, and the future generations. Pope Francis acknowledges that work is essential for human life. He refers to it as a vocation to work. That is one of the essential dimensions of what it means to be human and to flourish. And this vision of relationality, seems to me, challenges us to the way in which we can be creative in coming up with new solutions, whether in production or in business. how technology can support innovation so that we can promote sustainable development.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching the Future Frogmen Conversation Series. Please check out our website at www.futurefrogmen.org.